Hi, friends. Dave and Kirsten Hart here with Cabin Chat. It's been a while since we've been with you, and we're so glad to be back with some friends that we feel like we've known for a while because we've been kind of following you a little bit on social media. Israel and Elizabeth, how do you say it?
Hannah.
Anna.
Anna,
Hannah.
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 welcome you
Yes. Hi,
guys.
friends.
Well, it's our pleasure to be on the little chat with you guys.
Yeah, we're really excited to talk with you.
Yes.
And you guys are in Oklahoma, yes?
We are, yes, Oklahoma City area. Yep.
Our boys were born in Tulsa.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
Okay.
So I was on staff at Oral Roberts University, and Kirsten
Really?
sang there with me, and you went to school there. So we love Oklahoma.
Okay.
So
fun.
Elizabeth is a
That's where I
graduate
went.
from
Yep, I'm an
OL.
alum as
Really?
well.
What
Yeah.
year?
97. So
Okay.
it's been a little
Uh,
while, but yeah.
I'm old, so I graduated in 88.
Okay, that's not that different. That's
We
awesome.
were on staff there in like 90, 89,
90,
90,
okay.
91,
to
92.
94.
Yeah.
Okay, neat. Okay.
So anyway,
Awesome.
Quite a place.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I worked there for a little bit after that too, for a couple of years up until almost the turn of the century. So yeah, we have
Awesome.
a lot in common, I guess.
Exactly.
Good.
I got to say, I love your hat.
Oh, thank you.
That's
Thank
cool. I need to borrow that for one of
A Calvary hat.
What are your T-shirts? Are they something symbolic with?
Go ahead and answer.
Yeah, they belong to a friend of ours. They have a restaurant in Red River, New Mexico, and that's where we were for our last family road trip and ministry trip. So we just thought it's almost the only thing we have matching, and it'd be fun to match. So there are the T-shirts. Yeah.
Okay, we will up our game and we will match next time.
No, but you compliment very well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Clayton Herring, who is a producer for Our Jewish Roots, Zola Levitt Presents in the past, he mentioned that you guys are fantastic. So I would love to know, and we really don't know yet, what's your relationship with Zola Levitt Ministries?
First of all, we love Clayton's absolutely perfect in his description of us. We are fantastic.
Don't let us down, folks. Don't let us down.
No pressure, right?
Well, we actually met them through Kenneth Berg Ministries, who works with, of course, and helps produce Zola Levitt Ministries. And we've gotten to be good friends. They did a previous little interview of my life story that's kind of connected all of us. And it's been an ongoing process that we're very excited about.
Good. I have to say, we did watch that video, and it's wonderful. The about 20-minute one, is that the one that Ken Berg produced for you?
No, that's a separate. He did a separate little short 30-minute interview just of myself and some of my history and something that's quite similar to what you guys are doing, actually. But my DVD was filmed professionally
So good.
in Minnesota. That's a separate issue, but it's reached over 10 million people, and I'm very excited about that.
What a testimony. It's really amazing.
Thank you.
We're going to go back to that in a little bit, but I love your name, Jim, but also you go by Israel. How did that come about?
You know, it's funny you would say that, David. I actually loved my name, James Charles Hanna.
That's biblical.
That biblical masculine James Charles.
Yeah.
I had no intention whatsoever of changing my name.
Okay.
But we got married, Elizabeth and I, in Israel on April 17th, 2003. I changed my name from James, which is a derivative of Jacob, to Israel, and then legally changed my name later to Israel. Now, I had no intentions of changing my name, but the Lord said to me, change your name to Israel Shomar Hanna, and you will walk as a prophet, as Israel did in the land of Israel. And
Wow.
It's been an adventure ever since that time.
Very
It's
cool.
amazing.
Oh,
Our
I
names
love
are
that.
very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah,
Okay,
our names
so
are.
Elizabeth, is that your name?
I'm thinking your name was Sandy or something.
No,
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth is actually in Hebrew. You say it Elisheva, which means my God is seven, or completion, or fullness, or perfection. And so I kind of thought, well, if my name is saying God is perfect, it's hard to get too much better than that. So I'll just stick with that.
I like that.
How many times have you all been to Israel?
25 times for me.
Wow.
We've been there together one time, just the one time when we got married and lived there for about 6 months.
But we also lived there for 6 months.
Yeah.
We canceled our return tickets as Elizabeth woke up the night before. It was my bride. We had been married for 6 months and said, we had been married for a couple of weeks, and had only gone there for 3 weeks. But the last day we were going to fly home after getting married, And she said, honey, I think we're supposed to resign our tickets and learn to walk throughout the land by faith and get to
Wow.
the land. And
Yeah, I just felt like we weren't done yet, you know, like the Lord had
Yeah.
something else he wanted for us to do.
to which I replied, as the husband of my new wife, you know, are you crazy?
I
We
kind
don't
of
have,
thought I might have been a little bit.
we
you
don't
know?
have any money to buy a return ticket or anything to live on. How are we going to do that? And
Wow.
she replied at that point in time, honey, maybe you didn't hear me. The Lord told us to do this.
Ah,
So we
Well,
did
that
that.
was my impression. He confirmed it with him later
And
too,
it
as
was an
well.
amazing
Yeah.
6-month adventure.
It really was. It was.
what area did you live in?
We spent 3 months in Jerusalem in the German colony there, and we spent 3 months in the Galilee. So we divided it up as the
Yeah.
Lord sent us throughout the land.
Yeah.
We
It was
feel like it's home when we're there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really did.
Our son worked for ICEJ,
Oh yeah. Okay.
National Christian Embassy Jerusalem.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
lived in the German colony area.
Really?
Love it.
Yeah, it's a good
People
spot.
don't really get down there because they're, you know, old city and that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing, but
We
such
actually,
a area.
that's
Yeah,
interesting. We lived about 2 blocks away from the post office there in the German colony, and a couple blocks from that was a coffee shop we frequented back then, and we got to know the people very well because we went there every day because it was very close. Well, one day we got to know the staff, everybody there. They blew up. That was when they blew up the coffee shop and killed pretty much all the people in it. Not all the people in it, but the
There was
owners.
some significant loss. For
And
sure.
that day that happened, we fortunately weren't there at that time, but we lost some of our friends in that.
Yeah, one thing we had to really learn how to pray and walk out was, Lord, help us be at the right place at the right time, talking to the right people, because it was kind of the height of the Intifada during the time we were there. So we had to be real, you know, you couldn't just like go out and do your thing. We really were trying to make sure we're following the leading of the Holy Spirit to be where we needed to be. And it mattered, you know.
So,
really
so like literally you were there that morning and it was blown up?
Well, like
No,
the day before.
we were there
Yeah,
the day before,
yeah.
but we could have been there
We
that
could have
next
been, 'cause
morning
it was
because we
kind of our
frequented
habit.
that. We didn't go the next morning for some reason, and that's when the coffee shop was blowing up.
Wow. Yeah. So many people say to us when we go to Israel, aren't you afraid to go? Isn't it scary? Aren't things happening there? And we talk about America, what happens here.
Right.
Right?
So
Right.
it happens everywhere. Happened to be a coffee shop that day, but
Yeah.
I would like to say it's more dangerous in America than it is actually in Israel.
Some ways, yeah.
yes.
Some ways.
So one more thing, we're gonna end this segment in a minute. We're going to get folks to know you really well, but we're blown away that God called us to a ministry all about Jews and Israel. We're Gentiles. I have a feeling that you all were called also, and you're not Jewish background, are you? Either of you?
Not that we're aware of.
We're hoping.
Yeah.
We're Jewish
We'd like to-
wannabes.
we'd like to
I
be.
know us too.
Right?
I'm hoping they find it in our DNA. So
Yes, but you have a love for the
Love for
Israeli
them.
people, and
Yes.
the
yes.
Lord dropped love for us into our hearts that
yes,
I can't explain, because I'm coming from northern Minnesota, up where we live on the Canadian border, there are no Jewish people. I'm not
Very
surrounded
few.
like Jewish people,
Yeah.
but the Lord came into our lives and just revealed this tremendous love for his country way back when in our lives, 1996 for me. And so ever since my first trip there, I've been there 25 times and call it home. We
Yep.
call it home.
I
And you
know
guys alluded to something like that too, how it feels
it
like
is.
there, right? Yeah.
We love it when we're there. Yeah.
So we want to encourage the two of you because you're on that similar journey and the Lord's doing tremendous things in your lives.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes,
And I just feel so bad that you had to be in Jerusalem 3 months and
I
out in the
know.
Galilee suffering. For
Eating
3
that
months.
food.
It was
Yeah.
really hard.
Right.
It was really hard on us.
We want to hear more about your family, more about your kids, how you all came together.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for social media, we're out of time, but we're going to have you guys back more. So you want to
Yeah.
close out this chat?
Yes.
You guys are so great. We're going to chat with you more.
All right. Well, we'd appreciate that.
You bet.
bless.
Yes,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thanks for
Okay,
joining
thank you.
us.